presentation of the numbers.
Just where we should see, yeah. Yes, it is a fitness studio. It's going to be have a cycling room and a it'll be kind of a combination of and yeah, for now we're doing just the front facade.
Where Vision was, or like?
It's no, it's kind of neighboring because right across from where the train station is. Yeah, so Vision is on Jefferson,
Yeah.
on the corner, so it's more inside, closer to East Central.
Buildings to the south side, these are the buildings in the middle, you know where Defiant Road
Yeah.
is?
Yeah.
Right next to Defiant Road.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
that's,
that's
okay,
right.
gotcha. Do you want to tell us a little about the colors and the materials that you'll be planning to use? State your name for the records, please.
Albert Pizzoli. I have some photographs here of the existing. I have some photographs of the existing. What we are doing. Color of the building is going to be colored stucco. So what we are proposing to do is remove the overhead door and the concrete between pilasters, create storefront. The first two bays on the left will be the entrance into the storefront for the spin studio. On to the far right is an entrance into a common hallway that services other tenants. Again, we have the cream colored stucco. We're going to have a dark brown or probably a dark brown window frame, aluminum storefront. Presently, the building will be tinted somewhat, it won't be an opaque. Vertical, sconces, which I think 48 inches long. They're just mostly for accent. Parking lot is already illuminated. We're proposing a wood type finish above the storefront, and that would look similar to this. Three bays, yes, exactly. Bays from here over, as you look at it, to the right is Defiant. Another one looking from the other direction. All three are the same size. This material is,
What's that?
that's the stucco.
So that's just gonna get painted.
I won't be painting it, so that's for stucco, and you can paint if you want, but that's already clean, that's in the state. If we do anything between, you see where the storefronts are, if we disturb that, then we do the stucco. When we did this, probably with, so that will stay, all the peaks will be exactly the way it is. It's from that, say, the line ridge below the peaks down, will be redone. If we do, we're gonna do a wood stucco, we're not gonna paint it. Colored stucco, the same colors.
Okay.
Wait for you on that one. It's
Oh,
that large smoke that's, if you remember Dexter, Dexter Printing, 1980. 1980, that used to be the boiler house that provided the power for Dexter, Dexter Printing. Actually, that provided power for the entire downtown. They removed the boiler system out there, that same smoke, smoke stack has been sitting there now for 25 years, more than that, 30, 45 years, and we're gonna finally take it back. How's that?
The stucco, I mean, you know, capture everybody's attention. Okay.
We're proposing,
That would be part of separate application.
part of the appearance.
Oh, that is the existing lighting.
Does that go?
Geez, that had to be about 10 years ago.
Okay.
The entire outside, we upgraded all to the LED. Right, the parking lot in the back, that's all for, we did that for energy efficiency also.
That stays then?
That all stays.
The other's just accent.
This is just accent.
Got it.
So
It's a black
Yeah,
tube,
okay.
and
Presentation, you said, you thought the window frames Pine and Eclipse are
Right.
opposite traffic.
Yeah, but still,
Well, to address that, first off, defined space is gonna become Eclipse, okay? Piece. On the backside, about 4 years ago, we put a staircase to the backside of the building, which accesses all the parking in the backside. We have well over 100 spots back there. So, where you actually, if you ever been at the saloon, and the saloon parks across the street, that's all our parking. We just let the saloon, they just. But all that parking is part of this complex.
So we have like 80, 90.
I
That
realize
common
that was
hallway,
their space.
the common hallway Al mentioned with the, that door on the front right side of the building. So I'll be able to be an entrance into the studio from the side inside, and then externally by the staircase.
That staircase with more than one way out.
Fine, and that's what I was concerned, because the fine had the large, large crowds going in there, so.
Would anyone like to make? All right, public comment? Forgot about that. Anyone like, public comment on this project? None, hearing none, or no, just hearing none. Public portion is now closed. I love when she says seeing none, hearing none.
Well, you don't see anyone
Right.
raise their hand to participate.
All right. Now, would anyone like to make, like to present it? All in favor? Aye. One messed up once. Motion passed.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
See you, Jim.
That's a big question at the moment. I would love to do it by the new year. And it is the new year, when there's resolutions and everything, that is like the peak time to get into fitness, so cautiously optimistic. Thank you so much.
Opportunity.
Yeah, are you thinking of applying it now? Oh, for sure, with the train right there, you gotta take advantage.
It's a great location.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, well, I got down to thanks, and I was getting ready to call you because the parking lot was empty. I'm not in the right place anymore.
All right, so next project, will be the Bethany Martin Church. All right, you state your name for the record.
I'm Sunil Daniel, Executive and Building Committee member for the church.
Okay. And then if you just want to tell us a little bit about your project, please?
Basically, this property has two buildings on it. One is the existing church, which was remodeled and rebuilt about 5 years ago. There's an existing parsonage in the back, which is in pretty poor shape. So what we're looking to do is to just tear down the existing parsonage and rebuild it at the same footprint, same bulk. So, just to give you an idea of what's there, this is the existing church. It's a stone and stucco building with white Anderson windows, white trim, and stucco trim, and a, timberline roof. Okay? So we're trying to keep the same colors, same finishes, just to match up. So, I don't know if you've seen these, but just take some time. So I have the original original landscape plan that was approved 5 years ago. We weren't contemplating any changes because we're not touching anything but the footprint. So the lighting and everything, other than what's on the building, would remain the same. The building, we were just doing simple sconces, and I have samples of that with me. And once again, we're just trying to match all the existing conditions. This would be the lantern on the building, which is a very simple lantern. Like I said, all the other lighting is pole lighting. No, the church, okay, so let me tell you, the church building's in the front. This is the church building, this is the street. The existing parsonage is back here. The parsonage, which is the building we're talking about, is in the back. Yeah, so the church,
Yes.
this, and the parsonage is back here. You don't really see it behind it.
That's
Separate buildings, yeah.
This is the existing parking, yeah.
That white
No,
building.
that's not the parsonage.
Oh.
No, the parsonage is,
It's, I think you
worse
had a
than that.
picture, yeah. You
Bear
have-
with me, I'm sorry.
Is the pastor living in it now?
No, it's in terrible shape, and we're renting out a space for him. This is the
This
goal.
is the existing, yeah, that's the parsonage.
So what is this?
That's part of the psychiatric center, that's down the street. Took me a while to figure out what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you asked what the surrounding buildings. So for example, that's that, then I have the Armed Forces Recruiting Center, yeah. So that's just to give context.
Okay, so there's an existing dilapidated, or not in great shape
Right.
building on the back of the property.
Correct.
You're basically gonna raise that, totally raise that?
Yes, and replace it.
Okay.
In the same existing?
I only,
Or maybe if you have it, you can give it to the board members just to look at something.
yes, sorry. That's the only one I have. I can email you tomorrow.
That's the back of the property.
This is another beautiful shot of it.
That's there now?
Yeah. Of course. Here's the problem. The way this thing is built, it's on a very high water table, so there's no basement, no storage. So the way this is built in the front is that this is a storage area, which is less than 7 feet tall, in the ordinary code. The back of this is a two-story residence. So you have, the floors are even. So this is a high ceiling, which will allow for the windows and for the smaller storage, and keeping the same bulk as the existing building. When you get around to the back, we had to play with the levels a little bit, because as you go around the building, I'll show you. It changes somewhat as you go around the side. Trying to find the one. So for example, this is the entrance to the parsonage, the private entrance on the side. This ceiling is actually here, but in the front, the ceiling's up here. Because we had to stay within the existing parameters. So that's why it's done like that.
Do you
And-
understand what I'm seeing when I'm seeing?
No, I do.
I get that you may not be able to physically make
Well-
those changes due to.
Let me take a look, maybe, because the thing is, all these headers align all the way through the building, it's just the arch tops that don't. But I'm not sure, let me take a look.
I just kind of feel like the world looks so small in comparison to these
Maybe just put like a fascia that
There's actually nothing, yeah, I mean, there's actually nothing above the door. We could do another arch top.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, no, we can do that, absolutely.
We can do that,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a,
Because your door to the building like that should be the most
Prominent,
big,
yeah.
and
No.
it's not what you're seeing on the window. Its door looks like it's like for,
No,
It's small.
Yeah,
We'll
she
go
said
with
but it should have presence.
The-
Talking about this right here, the front one right here.
Yeah.
About putting something over here. Yeah. Because there's nothing up here, this is just.
Balance it out, give it some like.
You could do that
Yeah, it would be more of an ellipse because of the width, but yeah. Yeah, no, here we can't because there's nothing up here. This is dead space. No, as you go around the building, yes, but I just looked at the plan and reminded myself that, above that, there's nothing there. When you get back behind it, there's. No, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, when you look back in here, in the front, it's open, but when you get back, there's a bedroom, so we have the level change, but here we can do it, because there's nothing here. Oh, no, I said that's why we're here.
So to the point about the doors, and I realize it's the different entrance versus the side entrance.
That
For
is,
some
yeah.
reason, the window right next to the door just seems off to me. I mean, typically when you have a door, you'd have side lights
You
maybe?
can't because of the stairs. We're working with a very tight footprint, and in order to get up the stairs, we have three risers, so the door is here, but the window has to be higher to accommodate the stairs. That's why it was done that way. Normally, I agree, normally I'd make it line up, but we were fighting a battle of not going over the existing square footage, existing height. We had to stay within the same parameters and still try to accomplish everything that we're trying to accomplish. So that's why. So there were a few compromises in here. Originally, we didn't have the window. We added the window just to, in speaking with the church, they wanted to add a little more light into that vestibule. That's why that was done that way. And it's also, you don't really see it, it's on the side, way back in the parking lot, way behind the church.
Yeah, it just looks a little weird to me.
That's why it was done. It was solely because of the stair landing. Everything else, you see everything else aligns all the way through, and that's the only window other than the bathroom window.
Colors, you said, did you say those already?
The colors, well, they'd be the same as the ones approved in the church. So the roof would be a timberline hickory, which is this right here, which is on the current church. And then, so the windows are Anderson white windows, the gutters would be just white, soffit's white aluminum. And the stucco would be a little bit lighter than this. It's a sand finish. I could not get an exact copy, but this is. Yeah, the photos are a little, it's a little more creamy. The actual color was light cream, I believe. But the spec we put on our drawings is exactly the same as what was approved on the original drawings. And then for the sides and the rear were vinyl, and we were proposing a desert tan double four, which is basically this right here. Doors are white. Yeah, not the church. Yeah, one thing we didn't want to take a attention from the church by making it too pronounced. Kind of. But once again, in the original approvals, which I have with me, all the colors are matching. The only material that's different is this doesn't have the stone, and the church doesn't have the vinyl siding in the back, which is purely just done for economic reasons. Oh, the door hardware? I would probably use an oil red bronze, dark color, yeah. Similar to the lights as well. Yeah, the color, once again, we limited what we can pick up. I usually go with like a dark bronze. Sick to death of brass. I said I'm sick to death of brass, that kind of thing. Also, brass weather's bad. Oil red bronze.
Outside of the lighting by the doors that we've already described, there's no other lighting plan for the.
Just by the doors, yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
just by
said,
the doors,
yeah, on the site plan itself, there's pole lighting around the building.
Okay.
And it lights, you can see it on here a little bit.
Oh, it's existing.
Yes.
It's existing, yeah, there's 5 of them.
One of the pictures I had showed it. I think one of the ones you have there shows it. Oh, no, it's a residence, so probably go off, kind of.
The parking lot lights are dusted on right now, Yeah.
But the house, this is more of a house. So. They're more for security, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Other comments from the board, questions?
Material.
Patio, anything?
This will look like, it's a paver walkway tied back into the parking lot.
Well, what is it made of, stone?
This is a paver, paver thing, it's like a-
Stone, yeah.
Okay, but it's not cement.
No, no, it's paver. Yeah, it's just, it's very small, I mean, we're taking
No,
everything.
I'm guessing that this patch is all that it is, but it's,
No, it's called out as pavers on the site plan.
Yeah.
okay, this is what we call class.
You know? We also have a paver patio in back.
Oh, is that, okay. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, that was.
Are the pavers existing or they're?
So, no, it'd be new. There is an existing stuff back there, but it's not new.
Yeah.
That area of the property was never,
Do you have a, material, maybe an acid
Um,
brand or?
I really don't, but I mean, this is pavers, you know.
That's cement in the front, yeah. But we could do Cambridge or some other.
I would just pick something that is similar in tone to the church itself. We could do like a unilock or something. For the pavers, yeah, we do something similar to this. Yes, stone, rounded, texture and color. Yeah, no, I'm not a cement man.
And we're not talking about landscape.
It says that there's not improvement.
Like I said, I have the original plan from 5 years ago that's approved by everybody, you guys, and the planning board and everything. We're not making any changes to it at all. It's got, I don't know if you want to see it, it's got the, this is the landscape plan. These planters are here, you can see them in some of the photos. That's the one right there. That one in front of you is this one. Right in front of the building. So, right now, it's got a slate walkway that we're taking out and putting pavers in. But this whole plan was as approved.
Yeah.
Slate walkway to be pavered.
Well, it's gonna be removed and moved over to the new door. Yeah, right now the door's in the front, so it's moving over about 20 feet to the left. What we're doing here, we're doing a walkway across here to the back door, we'll walk with the pavers, but it's slates over here. Yeah, we're just going from the back of the parking, I assume they would park here and walk over here. Parking lot.
Other questions from the board?
And thank you, I do think that the surface house will help. I do.
Thank you. A lot of aggressive ones.
Sorry?
It was. So.
You know I'm gonna get yelled at, 'cause it's like $5,000 window. But we'll,
He doesn't look at this type of flowers.
Well, it's not me, it's
No,
it's the members. Everything is donations, right?
Do I have any public comment? Okay, hearing none and seeing none? Oh, sorry. See, I didn't mess up though. There's something going on.
The proposed paver patio in the back and the walkway that connects to the parking lot off to the side. I don't know if that ultimately makes you go to plan.
no, Rick already said no. Jane said before, and Rick said, that's why we got the referral, just to you guys. This was what they approved. They said they-
In writing or how's?
Oh, it's in the referral, which I think I have here.
So what we'll do is, as part of the motion, we'll just note for the record that,
Yeah.
in the event that this changes the site plan and requires the applicant to go to planning board, then ACABOR's,
And this is
approval
my
to the
referral.
center's approval will be.
Right, I understand that there's only one referral, I just wanna make sure that oversight.
I mean, this thing was examined ad nauseam.
I know, I was on there.
You're on the other side of the fence, so.
The public comment is now closed.
So there's a motion, but there's some changes. The arch.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to the board for the suggestion.
Suggestion, right?
I think it would be nice.
Well,
The arch over the door she is proposing, she's saying it's not a condition of the approval, just a suggestion, unless you guys feel.
I like it. No, I like it very much.
yeah, we could try to figure that out.
It makes the door, the entrance more.
Yeah,
No, no.
yeah. Joe's-
Suggestion. Everyone agrees? Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't, sorry, I wasn't.
But I don't write it,
It's not a condition.
More of a guideline.
You
Oh,
could
we
note
don't.
as part of the motion that,
to match the stone of the church by condition.
We're totally in agreement with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
we'll do that.
Condition.
Yeah, we can do that.
The oil rubbed bronze lighting fixture and hardware, is that a suggestion or a condition?
We're cool with it. I mean, that's what we like.
Yeah, we can do it.
and also just noting as part of the motion. Building inspector, and whatever planning board.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve with the conditions that the hardware is oil rubbed bronze, and that if the walkway changes need to come back to the planning board, that will back to us, so we can approve.
You know, to the extent location, the relocation of the hires a new site plan. Two of the planning board.
So if the planning board needs to approve the site of, or the location of the.
It's fine, I stated it, so.
You're good? Okay. Trying to repeat it for you, I'm like,
We should all do shots.
a lot of lawyer speak. In the event that, but,
I was just stating it so that it's on the record.
I got it. Alright.
I'm taking you out for a drink.
I need it, I'll be happy. Football.
Great, and the material,
And the suggestions for the arch above the window of the door, above the door, I should say, and the suggestion for, no, that's it, right?
As a condition for the paver walkway to match stone of church.
Suggestion for the
Color.
dimension,
Yeah, color.
color of the church. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I was just
Motion is
gonna say-
approved.